Hello and welcome to yet another cast. For you today I have a 4v4 played on a matchmaker. We are on the map Phenom Spartiate, I think that's how you pronounce that, a 10x10 map. And let's introduce the players. We have Team 1 up in north, Team 2 down in the south. And on the easternmost node for Team 1 we have Nimoshira going Aeon and opening first land. Then to the west of that, in orange, not in orange. How did I get orange? Nimoshira and Cyan, by the way. In purple, actually, we have Chenbro going Cyber and opening first land. Then to the west of that, in dark blue, going UF, also opening first land, we have at Lordy. And last player of the northern team, we have Exot, also going Cypern and opening first land. Now, for the southern team, in Piss Yellow, going Cypern and opening first land, we have Just Beginning. Then to the east of that, yes, in orange, going Aeon, opening first land, we have, I think you pronounce that Strider. Going Aeon, I think I already pointed that out. To the east of that, in Burgundy Red, going Cypern and opening first land, we have Trist Raptor. And last but not least, also going Cypern, in red we have Xenoxide X. Right, that's all of the players introduced. Now, not too familiar with the map. Bunch of reclaim dotted around, but not a huge amount. Around, well, I say that it's 25k reclaim, so I guess it's more than I thought. Probably also just a bunch of trees and stuff like that. That aren't counted right here because they aren't worth enough, but actually do have a bit of value. But if we look at elevation, a very flat map with a bunch of mountains in the middle area and a bunch of ponds and these two, well, moats to the side. With these hilly areas right here with a bunch of reclaim. You know, this map is really flat. And also really open. Now, but few ACs pushing out. Few engineers, of course, pushing out as well, grabbing some maxes, as they generally tend to do. Getting up those economies for the teams. Some air skulls out for Chenbro. A small group of scouts and labs out for Xenoxide. Already getting some hunters on the way. Denying the maxes right here. And apparently also this max right here. Unless that is being pushed with the ACU. On this side, similar situation. A bunch of hunters out from Exot, take out a bunch of engineers for Just Beginning. Just Beginning. Yeah. Why was that hard for me? I don't know. I don't know how I got Just Beginning from that. Yeah, no, it's Just Beginning. But taking out a max and 2 engineers in the area. Though there are now already some Mantas moving in to counter that. And 1 second. Bit of a stuffy nose. Right, I think I clipped my nose, sorry for that. Engineer dropped into this... Wait, no. No, that need to be dropped because actually those are actually pathable to get into. Yeah, those are as well. Okay, in that case, engineers just moving into these guys, grabbing the access for both Strider and Lordy. And the engineers that were expanding right here have been cut off. have been killed off. With the raiding force right here, moving up, taking out the engineer right here, and potentially also the mechs after that. T1 Bomber also out for Xanax side, going for maximum harassment against their opponent. Taking out the mechs with that bomber. Not actually going after build power. Almost killing off a second one, probably will succeed in that, and that will... Well, T1 Bomber is actually pretty cheap, so that will probably still pay for itself, even though it's just a few T1 Bombers. And not a few T1 Bombers, a few T1 Maxes. But the other thing is it's tying up APM. In the meantime, that rating force, as already pointed out, getting further into the back line. Killing off another engineer, killing off more Maxes. There goes another one. Killing off the backline of the northern team. While there's also now bigger land pushes coming out from the southern team. With Xenexide having a very forward position. And the land army for Tourist Raptor also pushing very aggressively against Shenbro. Tourist Raptor now also getting gun. Let's see, how do upgrades look for the players? I think that's currently the only commander upgrade coming out. Xenexide pushing up with the commander, I think, to claim this area of 4 maxes. The hunters have been noticed. Well, no, those are just engineers in the backline right there. Another max right here will go down, and the max is apparently off-centered from the marking. You have that on some maps. Doesn't really affect anything, it's just weird to look at. But those engineers now being killed off by these hunters. More build power going down. Meantime, stuff going on up here. Gun now also start for Shenbro. Tourist Raptor actually paused on the upgrade, probably because they don't have the power for it. Or maybe not the mass. Let's check how it's looking for them. Probably power stall. And they're continuing the upgrade. But this raid right here in the back getting a lot of value. 300 mass killed on this lab. 270 killed on this. 300 on this one. And since labs are very, very cheap, that's incredible amounts. Nimashira pushing out very aggressively with the commander against Xenexide, who in response to that is pushing in with their ACU. And is now also getting support out from Tourist Raptor. So Nimashira needs to be a lot more careful, as they currently don't seem to have the army to actually do that. Though they do have the Auroras, which have a slightly higher range than the other T1 tanks. However, in return they don't have any HP basically. They have over 100 less HP than a Mantis. And Mantis are already not very tanky. Run by on the western side, out from exit. But it has been noticed by just beginning, and they are responding to that very fast. Shenbro is in the red, has fallen back into the water. But Twist Raptor are also getting in here. We could potentially see torp launchers being built, and that's exactly what's about to happen. Torp launchers have been queued up by Xenexide to force Shenbro out of the water there. Right, those are just going a weird way to actually reach that. Maybe the beach right here isn't perfectly pathable, because I just realized how much lower the water actually is. Shenbro notices, immediately starts moving out. But yeah, I think that that isn't actually fully pathable, and thus that ACU has to go a long way around. And that goes now, it leaves the water. So top launcher is no longer effective. But Shenbro is is still in a bad situation as they are currently behind enemy lines. We do have some pillars now coming out for at Lordy, as well as some parashields. But there are at the same time now also places out for Strider. So that is still not too great. And Exit now being aggressively pushed against with a bunch of land spam out from just beginning. Just beginning. Though they do have a gun upgrade, so they will probably be able to kill off enough spam to survive that. And also keep that ACU at range, that enemy ACU. Shenpro actually makes it into safety, but not before losing their base to the push I pointed out earlier. Or losing a bunch of maxes. Right here, T2 max about to go down. There it goes. I think this was also T2. Looking at the reclaim value, yes, it definitely was. And the army that was supposed to kill that off is actually pulling back, so there are still a bunch of mantis right here. T1 max goes down. And engineers get killed off as soon as they roll off the factory floor. While the T2 max right here is also now taking a lot of fire. But okay, there is now a bunch of mantis coming in to take that out. Still, that push caused a lot of damage. And there is now also Wagners on the front line for Twist Raptor. Interesting to see the Wagners instead of Rhino, since this isn't really a naval-heavy map. But I think the Wagner is slightly faster as a sort of a raiding tank. And I think it's also a bit cheaper. So it does make sense somewhat. Other advantage of that being that you can deal with ACUs that hide in the water. Because the Wagner has access to torpedoes. Max and factory go down here. More T2 now gathering for a Strider, and they made the switch to Obsidians, which have much lower range than the Blaze, but they are extremely tanky. If you look at this 1.25k base HP plus another 1.5k on that shield. That shield has as much HP as a pillar. So yeah, those Obsidians are super tanky. Though not quite as tanky as pillars with parashields. But I guess that's also what Asylums are for, which also provide additional HP, of course, because that's what Asylums do. As well, mobile shield generators. Gun upgrade now going out for Xenoxide, Stealth going out for Twist Raptor. And okay, we have double gun out for Nimashira as well as a shield upgrade. So that commander with a lot more survivability and a lot more firepower. Getting 8k additional HP and the high range and high rate of fire of a gun upgrade. But the stealth finishes for Twist Raptor, meaning that that ACU will be annoying to scout, as it will need a constant line of sight to be actually visible, or an Omni. And still 20 seconds for Xenoxide to finish that gun upgrade. Stealth now also coming out for just beginning. We do see another run by out from Exile on that side. And a push with a lot of pillars now out from Lordy in the middle, which did take out a lot of the stuff for Twist Raptor, who is now also building Rhinos. But there were some reinforcements coming in from Strider, though with another push attempted directly into Strider, those two pull back and just completely shred the army that was trying to push in against it. Because a lot of places, a lot of obsidians. No, never mind, the forces right here have just focused on this area entirely. Chenpro also bringing that commander, now with Nano, into the area as well. So with that, that Aeon army is actually just going to get completely obliterated. The army for Twist Raptor is also coming in, trying to support, but against this amount of pillars remaining, and of course the ACU, I don't think that will actually be sufficient. However, what will happen is Exot will go down due to the spam of just beginning, as they were surrounded and just prevented from entering the water right here to escape. Meaning that the Northern team is still down one player now. And a run-by actually makes it past, though it doesn't do that much damage. Kills of a max, a few pigeons. Honestly, nothing too integral, especially now that the base has been covered over. Chenpro pushing in very aggressively. The problem here probably being that they aren't properly coordinating with Atlordi, meaning that they are now taking a lot of fire from these blazes. At the same time, Atlordi's army is pushing into Strider, who is now losing HP very quickly. Still had to sheet up just a moment ago, though that just failed. And now that ACU is without any shield, taking a lot of fire from T2 and about to go down. Below 3k, below 2k, never mind, there was a rank of veterancy. Once again below 3k. Nice overcharge out, but it was a little too late, and there goes the ACU of Strider. The highest rated player of the Southern team. Chenpro very low, but still at around 4k HP, so they will survive this. And they do make it into the water to be safe. Right, so we're down to a 3v3 situation. We do still have two ACUs pushing up against Nemoshira. Up here, and both of those do have gun and stealth. Currently dealing with the Aurora spam right here. Xenoxide taking a lot of fire from that, but moving in a good way, so they aren't taking any fire from the Phobos. Thus actually surviving the whole ordeal, I think. Yep. Most of the Auroras that have the direct fire are down. And with that, that ACU is now pretty safe. It did get down into the yellow, but most of the army was wiped out in the process. Hoplites being utilized against Atlordi, who does have T2 on that ACU. And wait, no, those are pillars. I was about to say who built and built up some BD, but never mind. There is some BD also right here, a small firebase with a scatter shield. A stealth field. Honestly, I think a normal shield generator would have been the better option here, since one air scout over that and the stealth field is just completely pointless. And that would just mean that, yeah, again, that would just be completely pointless. There would no longer be a point in actually having that scatter shield there. But run by successfully coming out from just beginning. Getting through the back. Killing off a few pigeons. Possibly taking out a max, never mind, no. But now threatening the this core base right here, currently held by Chenpro. I think that originally belonged to Exot. And then maybe T2 max going down. Yes. And a Hydro. Now, we do actually see some Harbingers out for Tourist Raptor now. So they did go T3 on the base that belonged to Strider, right here. Let's see, is there any counter T3 land? It does not look like it. Harbingers very good at dealing with T2 and T1. And also just very deadly in general, having a pretty high HP pool. And a pretty good shield. And Xenixite actually did go down to Genbro. Genbro does have T2 and there are Corsairs buildings, so T2 air. And we do have Corsairs building out of that, so I suspect it was a Corsair snipe. Sadly did not pay attention to that, very sorry. Was more focused on the Harbingers because I thought those might see an ejection very soon. Well, I was wrong. But we're now looking at a 3v2 situation. ACU of Genbro taking a bunch of fire, but with that nano upgrade, that ACU can take a lot of punishment. Having a whopping 102 regen on that ACU and 18k HP. So they do just survive that. And never mind, there is actually T3 out for Genbro as well. There is a loyalist on the field. Not just one loyalist, multiple loyalists. And those are also generally very good at dealing with T1 and T2. And those just took out the last remaining armies of Just Beginning, who, well, I think they may have neglected their eco a bit, and will just be overrun by the loyalists now. Right, they have a lot of T3 maxes in their main base, but they no longer have any units. And well, the way this game works is very simple. More should be counters less shit. And with them not having any spam, they already pointed out in chat they cannot hold that side. No, to be fair with them, they are 826 rated, and now that Genbro took over the base of Exit, they are facing someone with over 12k rating. Not 12k, 1200 rating. 12k would be a lot. Strider picking out some stuff for their teammates to try and win this. I guess to basically survive the push coming in from the west right now. Though currently not really being paid attention to by the teammates. Instead, Tourist Raptor just going for a 43 maxes. However, what I just realized, Genbro is in the water. Currently with the ACU of Just Beginning. Getting up some torpedo launchers, Just Beginning just with a stealth upgrade. But Genbro having that torpedo launcher started earlier will probably also finish that faster. And with that nano upgrade, they will probably also be able to survive longer against the torpedoes. Meaning that this is looking very bad for Just Beginning. First torpedo launcher finishes and it starts firing down into that ACU. In its loads of 3. Though these torpedo launchers do take their time to actually deal damage. The one for Just Beginning finishes and... oh, they are actually going for a reclaim command onto the one that already finished. In order to kill that. But by the looks of it, one torpedo launcher not quite enough to really deal with the nano upgrade of Genbro. Twist Raptor dies, I guess, to another Corsair Snipe. Didn't pay attention to that side, to be honest. But we also now see a large land push out from Nimashira, collapsing the western, not the western, the eastern side. More reclaim orders attempted by Just Beginning, but considering the fact that there is already next to be the launcher finished, and that Just Beginning doesn't seem to be able to reclaim those faster than they are built, I'm not sure how successful that will be. Though saying that they are already halfway finished reclaiming that, while the next one is, well, around 3/4 finished, they might be able to actually get that. Okay, that one finishes, but they are down into the reds, so they will just die now. They can no longer survive against that, and yes, the one that was on Chamber's ICU was not sufficient, so that will go down. The most epic showdown. Or not. And now also some Corsairs coming in and taking out that. Right, I know this was a shorter one, but I hope you still enjoyed it. This was streamed live on Twitch, link to that will be, as per always, down in the description. If you did enjoy it, leave a like, or don't, can't force you. And if you want to be notified when more casts like these do come out, though generally they are a bit longer, generally closer to the 1 hour mark, you can always subscribe. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you again in the future cast. Until then, bye.